My name is Pernille Røge and I teach European history. Broadly defined, I work on early modern Europe and European expansion, and more particularly, I focus on the French colonial empire. One of the things that I look at is how the French colonial empire focused initially on the Caribbean and sugar colonies and the sugar complex in the Caribbean in the early modern period, but then transitioned to focus on West Africa and Africa more broadly in the 19th and 20th century. And I'm looking at that moment of transition between these two imperial moments. Studying European empires teaches us a lot about the imbalances that we find on a global scale today. I bring a lot of my own research to my courses, be it undergraduate or graduate teaching. I try to go beyond my scholarship in my teaching to focus not just on the French example, but also the European example more broadly. So sometimes I bring in some of my research documents, but then we also bring it in from other empires, be it the British Empire, the Danish colonial empire. We also have group discussions, so first they discuss the piece in smaller groups, and then we come together to explore the multiple meanings that these sources can have. And then often, I try to present my view, but really also learning from students because they have often really insightful comments about the sources. The students are very good at relating what happens now in the present to what happened in the past. And so their questions are usually seen through the lens of what happens right now. I hope my students understand the importance of history to the present. I hope it will be a way for them to critically engage with the present. Sometimes it's easier to critically engage with the past because it's in the distance somehow, but the kinds of tools and questions and critical approaches that we take to the past, we need to take to the present as well. So I hope also methodologically that they will bring the skills they learn in class with them into the present and to their life as they move forward. Beyond the history department, I convene the Early Modern Worlds Initiative, which is an effort to foster collaboration across departments between faculty and graduate students that are interested in or research the early modern world. We have events, activities, people can present their research, people can learn about not just their own discipline, but listen to people from other disciplines that study perhaps the same period or the same place, but from a different angle. Our graduate students also suddenly realize that they can meet mentors within the department, but also beyond the department. And so I've heard several of our graduate students say, wow, I'm so glad that now I know this person in French or Italian, or I know this person in English, or now I know this person in art history. And I mean, that's really also the purpose of this initiative, to bring and connect people together that may not have really realized that they have such great resources just next door. I love my own teachers. I thought they opened up a world for me, and I feel I would try to do the same for students. They really enrich my own experience and the way that I understand the world. So I think it's a two-way street here. Yeah, I hope I can give them something, some knowledge, some tools, some skills before they leave Pitt, and that they can take with them into the world. But they also leave me with a lot, from what I learned from them. So I like, as a teacher, that it's a two-way street.